Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to a new brushed FPV quadcopter from Eachine. This is the new revision of the Q90. This is the C version. Here we still have a 2S brushed compact 95mm machine. It's still based more or less on F3 boards, okay, but they changed some stuff, you will see. They offer first new features. For example, this is a RTF version, and you have also another version with the VR006 FPV goggles included. So a full FPV RTF packaging. This is only the RTF coming with the transmitter. So for the transmitter, now we have some vibration alarm for the out of range and also for the low battery voltage. So there are some telemetry information sent by the quadcopter at least. Okay, but it's not only that. We still have this 1000 TVL CMOS camera. Okay, and and the main novelty for an RTF machine on the radio control, you can select either angle, 6-axis stabilized mode, latitude, okay, so when you are in extreme limit of your sticks, you will have no more stabilization, and a full across. That's great. So now for the first time is introduced for some RTF toys quadcopter, where is it the borderline of the toys and start to be a real FPV machine. We have some flight mode selection. That's great, and not obliged to configure everything from a beta flight. Okay, so the flight time is announced to be about 6 minutes. Okay, we will see, and this model comes also with some prop cards. Let's discover this bundle and compare with the former 90. Okay, so let's open the box, and here is the machine. Okay, so now it comes completely in transparent plastic, but it's using exactly the same chassis. Let's compare with the former 90. At this time, at the moment, I really like it, so because it was really a powerful brush quadcopter. But let's check and compare them together. It's using exactly the same type of canopy. Just one remark: if for the former the top canopy was soft and more I would say fragile, here is the top canopy is more hard. Maybe the plastic quality is not as great, but it seems that to be more solid. Okay, we will see, but I will explain later what it came after. So let's continue to discover. We have an instruction manual with the one side is for the VR06 FPV goggle, and the other one is for the quadcopter. Okay, so it's written super small. Okay, so you need super good eyes, but you will find the main characteristics. So it's announced to be 98mm in diagonal, so I measure 95, so more or less the same. And the good news, okay, we will check that fact. There is a special mode on the radio to turn off, well, more or less most of the power transmitted to the quadcopter, and if in the same time you plug the quadcopter on your USB port of your computer, you can transform your radio into a radio command, wireless radio command for a PC simulator. For example, the Freerider is working fine, so we will show that later. We have the list of the frequency, and I would say first bad news, only one band is supported, the raster band. Okay, so only 8 channels are there. As you can see, there are some vibration for the one the battery is low of the transmitter. Okay, for the quadcopter, I guess yes, and when you are also out of the range, when you're losing the connection. So I'm not sure finally there is some telemetry information, because when you're losing the transmission, the transmitter know it and start to emit a vibration, but it's completely stupid to emit finally a vibration when you lost the link. You need it when you are closing the range of the maximum limit range you can reach, and I think it's not the case. So finally, there is no really telemetry information, and I think it will be confirmed by the RF chip used for this machine. We have the basic instruction here and how to harm and to calibrate here. Okay, blah blah blah. So not on the other side is the VR06 I don't have here. Here is the transmitter. Okay, so it's a basic toys. Here there is missing the stick extender. They are coming in the accessories, so maybe I will continue with the accessories. So here is the battery. It's a 2S 300 mAh, rated 25C. Okay, so I will open the battery bag, and I can measure and give some dimension, but one first drawback I will say. Okay, so this is here 300 mAh, 15.8, and for the Q original one it was a 350 and with discharge rate of 30C, so it was a better battery for the former model, a little bit more heavier, but it was better. So first they downgrade a little bit the battery. We have a bag with the probe cards and another one with the stick extender for your radio command, so and 3 spare rubber band to attach your battery, the USB charger, okay, like this, a range remover props. So I said 3 rubber bands to attach your battery. There is already one pre-installed, and also a 2 double tape here, okay, to attach more solidly your battery, and this USB charging cable ending with the 2S balancer plug. So here is the radio, okay, and well, it's a basic toy, basic chassis with 6 front panel buttons, some from left to right and up to down. We have a dual rate, 3-speed mode are available. That's great for toys. And each time you will press this button, no beep, but it's a vibration. So in a beginner mode, 1 vibration, in intermediate 2 vibration, and for expert 3 vibration. We have a bind button here, okay, if you need to rebind with another transmitter. So the question is, this protocol will be supported by division. I think it will be possible, because I can say now it's based on an Eachine Q90C, okay, and there is also good news. There is also a power amplifier chip on the RF module, so that's great. So to extend the control range. Here is the on the bottom the channel. If you short press, you will cycle between the 8 frequency of the raster band. Each time you will cycle, okay, I can turn on it. A sequence of blue light is emitted, okay, so one blue light on the right. It means that you're on the first channel here. When you will press 1, there will be 2 fast blue light, and so on until to have 1 for the last 18 channel, okay. What I can say, the transmitter need 4 AA batteries. Any image battery are working. So the antenna is built in, okay. We have a folded antenna, and as I said, the control range will be good because associated with the Eachine Q90C chip, we have a small power amplifier to output 100 mAh, okay. We have here the 3 flight mode selection: angle, 6-axis stabilized, classic, horizon, where you can flip when you push the sticks at the extreme values, and here pure manual acro mode without flight assistance, more reserved for FPV flying, so to enjoy more acro style figure. What I missed in the packaging, we have only 4 spare props. There are some 3-blade models, so I can give the exact dimension. I think they are about 40 millimeters. To be more precise, I will give the distance, the mid distance to the central hub. They are 23, so should be about 46 millimeters. 3 blades. They should offer more boost than the classic 2-blade one installed on the first edition. So I really like them. I remember I modded my Eachine FB90 with such prop, and it was giving a huge boost. Let's give some information about the weight standalone, for example. So I will use this box as star, okay, okay, and this machine standalone weighs 42.9. Let's compare with the original one. I added a small buzzer, so it's a little bit more lighter, okay. But remember, this one I did a 1 gram buzzer with a wire, should be added 1 gram one, so we are more or less in the same range of weight. With the battery, we are lighter, okay, and with the prop guard, we will reach something about 62 grams, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let's measure everything. I hope nothing will fall. Okay, I think it will be okay like this. We will reach 61.6 grams, so not so bad. My main concern will be about the canopy structure. Everything is plastic based, okay, and since I say the upper is also in rigid plastic, I'm really afraid that with a hard lateral crash, the arm will break and the top canopy will break. One word about the props. I said there are some tribal options. I observed that some was pop up very easily, okay, and you really probably need to glue them, to add a drop of glue, okay, to completely secure the installation. One good things, they look that they install the two antennas. So the left one is associated with the 5.8 GHz chip, which is installed on top, okay, and the right one is the 2.4. Look that. Install here, okay, this is the main board with at the bottom extremities we have the RF module, and the right antenna is the 2.4 GHz antenna, so the distance between, okay, is not so bad, but here it's installed vertically, and that's great. Another drawback they didn't fix with the C version is about the lens orientation. It's completely flat with 0 degrees like the former model, and this machine can be relatively fast, so with a nominal pitch angle. So what's the pity is it didn't improve the situation to offer at least the possibility to incline the lens with a nominal positive angle, something about 20-25 degrees. So you will have to mod your machine to install this FPV camera more positively in terms of pitch angle. So you will need to attach the battery front like this with the two rubber band. We have 3 spare ones, that's great, and well, they also changed the type of rubber band. It was something more with very wide transparent. Here it's more a classic rubber band. I think it will dry fast, okay, versus time, so be aware you will need to add some talc material to avoid this rubber band to dry versus time. So we have a micro USB low-Z connector, okay, and let's turn it, okay. And you will see there are a lot of lights. So the blue is associated with the video transmitter. We have the flight controller board. We have an USB port, I forgot to mention, like the former one. In fact, you can connect it to Betaflight, but I will immediately mention that you cannot upgrade this Betaflight version, and more, only few elements are really available to change their values. For example, you can change only the PID values, that's all, and you can monitor also the first 4 channel. You cannot, for example, monitor the extra channel for the angle mode, etc., for the aux1, aux2. You cannot monitor it directly, so they probably install some protection, okay, to avoid to flash a bad Betaflight version, etc. So can we regret it? Maybe, but it means clearly that this new version is more targeting first FPV beginners who want a first machine, especially if you take the bundle, the full bundle with the mask. So at least you cannot make any mistake. You just, if you want, adjust some PIDs, and probably is the most important. So what I want to show you now, there is no binding procedure because it comes bound out of the box, and that's great. I want just to show you maybe the little Betaflight settings, at least in terms of PIDs. We cannot even dump the all the settings. It's, if you type the dump command or the version command, it don't display anything. Okay, what I regret maybe the absence of a built-in buzzer. Is a small machine, and the vibration comes only if you're losing the transmission. When it's too late, you already lost the machine into, for example, tall grass. So it's a really a must to add, and now I'm checking via the transparent module where we can install. Probably we can install between the video transmitter board and the flight controller board. We can probably insert a very small 0.7 gram mini buzzer. I strongly advise it. Like any brush quadcopter, and especially for 2S, I strongly advise also to stock at least one clockwise motors and one counterclockwise. Especially in 2S, the motors are even more stress because there are higher load on them, and their main duration will be a decrease, so expect to change them every 20-30 flight. Unfortunately, you will need to resolder them, unsolder the former, the broken one, and resolder the new. To disassemble the machine, you will need to remove this 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 screws. Sorry, plus here we have also 8 screws here. That's all to access to split into the two canopy parts. So now let's check the beta flight settings, and I want also to show you how very easy the connection to a flight simulator here, Freerider, and is working well. Okay, so I plug the Q90C in beta flight, and good thing the COM port is available, so I will press connect. And I'll turn on the expert mode here. So what we have, I will turn on the transmitter as well. And be aware, because you have to turn on fast to see the channel. If not, there is an auto binding, so you will need to reconnect your machine, okay, and reconnect to beta flight until you see the receiver mode. So now, as you can see, all the sticks movement are seen. But anyway, what I want to confirm is if you type the version in beta flight, nothing is happening, as well as jump. You cannot save your default settings. So clearly the beta flight version is a specialized one where not all the settings are available. Anyway, let's check that. In terms of setup, is waiting data. Okay, let's check maybe by disconnected. Sometimes you will have to reconnect to access to all the elements. So nothing special here. You can calibrate if you want, but you can also push the both sticks in lower position to manually calibrate from the transmitter. In terms of port, we have only one USB. You can see no extra UART port, so probably this is why it's locked. In configuration, is really strange. We have in PWM, okay, but you cannot maybe change. Also, the gyros are also not so super fast tuned, so maybe you can, for example, increase a little bit these settings to 2 kilos, some stuff like this, and save. Okay, let's have a look and reconnect it. Okay, and let's check that. That's the 2 kilos is saved, and probably if it's in an F3 board, you can claim up to 4 kilos. So it seems that it's strange, but the receiver is connected by PWM. Okay, even if I don't see a lot of wires, so probably it's a direct pinout, some stuff like this. No specific option is turned on. We are monitoring the VBAT, that's all. And in terms of fail-safe, we have the classic fall after a few seconds. Okay, no, it's land after the throttle, so it's clear. So I will apply more a drop version, so that's very important. Okay, I'm very surprised to see this settings change. Okay, and I will reconnect to the situation. Okay, in terms of PIDs, what we have this specific, and let's check that. We have looked at on the values, and if I press on the dual rate, I've got 2 beep, and there is absolutely no change. Okay, so you cannot really see the impact of the dual rate settings in terms of when you're monitoring in real time the channel. So for the PIDs, we have such the rate we have some super expo. Okay, I'm really the maximum velocity is super slow, but I think it's tuned for the beginner rate, and after there is a coefficient, some stuff like this apply for each intermediate and expert mode. Strength is set to 55. Let's check the receiver. So as you can see, we can check that there is an aileron, elevator, throttle rudder mapping. No RSSI because it's an XN 297 and impossible to export RSSI for this one. We have no deadband, okay, and that's all. In terms of flight mode, we cannot adjust. If I press the horizon or manual, I cannot adjust anything, okay. So that's a problem, and voila. So as you can see, the beta flight setting is a really specialized one where just few parameters are available, and we are only allowed to change. So what I want to show you is how easy is also to configure and to transform your machine into a wireless remote to enjoy a flight simulator. Okay, so first thing, you will have to download the free rider demo if you want, and then first plug your quadcopter into USB and quickly turn on the radio, okay, to bind them together. So when you are on USB, it's a little bit annoying, but the transmitter is vibrating every 2 seconds. So to activate the wireless remote mode, you will have to press long the bottom left button, CH/game. Okay, I will do it. And as soon as you did it, the vibration will stop, and you have your PC indicating that a USB port is connected. I will now run the free rider software. Okay, and the more important, the first time will be to calibrate the controller. So you will have to center all the sticks, okay, like this, and I will redoing the calibration. So we press OK, and I will turn the rudder, okay, to the left, then the throttle up. Okay, now I will recenter the left sticks, and now press the aileron roll. Well, and now up to the pitch. Okay, and sounds to be calibrated. Let's check that. Okay, so we can now enjoy the demo, the only one available. So now I can fly like this in acro, so it's working well. So it's very good to train, but this version is limited in terms of physics characteristics, so it's not super realistic. But at least you can perform some flips, some rolls. Okay, is that a problem? Okay, as you can see, it's working well. So a good features added by this Eachine Q90C to train with your favorite trainer flight simulators. So now let's go in the field to check how good is this machine. Hi, welcome to the demo flight of the Eachine Q90C. So as you can see, I attach the LiPo like this with the micro Rosie connector, making a kind of tour. Okay, and well, as you may know, we had to change some little settings in the beta flight, as least for the drop fail-safe settings, which is important. So be aware, the props tends to pop up very easily, so I had to press on them, and probably I didn't yet insert a drop of glue, but I hope I will avoid it. But if it's happened, you will have to add this one. And these Upson 3 blades are relatively robust, but won't resist to any fatal crash, especially without prop guards. I also try to maximize the distance between the two antennas. This one is transmitting power, this one is receiving, so at least respect a nominal distance, also called Fresnel's distance. The vibration about the transmitter is maybe not super useful because it's only varying where you lose your control, so some maybe probably when you already lost your machine. And well, I would prefer to have a real telemetry, and as I said in my unboxing video, unfortunately the Eachine Q90C is unable to have support any two-way protocol sending some telemetry feedback information. So I use the first raster band channel, and I will record my flight with some Skyzone, and I install the EV100 built-in DVR because I don't like the Skyzone built-in DVR, at least for pair recording. I hope I will have better footage. So let's go. I will start in lost condition. Today is absolutely wind-free to show how the flight mode are and the different 3-speed mode. Okay, let's go. So I will start to power the quadcopter. It's super important for the DVR source, at least for the Eachine EV100, to detect which type of source is it between PAL and NTSC. So I not need to harm, and to harm the machine, I forgot to mention, you will have to push the throttle stick down and push the right stick completely to the right. Okay, so I will turn on my FPV goggles right now. Okay, and also connect the DVR through the balancer plug, so I should have, yes, a fantastic image, and I hope he's okay now. I'll start to reboot maybe the DVR module. Okay, yes, now it's turned on, and I will press recording here. Yes, it's recording, so that's great. And let's go. So to harm, you have to push bottom and right, and it should be harm. Okay, let's check that. Up, 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 up. Up, up, up. What's happened? And I broke the so probably okay, I broke. Okay, so as you can see, as soon as you will change any settings with a Betaflight configurator, your Q90C will be a brick. Well, the motor will spin at full speed despite you try to change the brush settings or the board orientation. So after a mini research and after a remark did by Solo Pro inertia groups, there is a trick to save your machine. First, you will have to goggle Betaflight 3.1 configurator. This is not the last one, this is a previous branch one. Okay, actually we have the 3.2.1 configurator associated with Betaflight 3.2. okay, but you will have to install simultaneously to your Google Chrome the former Betaflight configurator. So Google it, go to the GitHub depot, and you will have to download this zip here. Okay, it's what I did, and I copy it and I unzip the contents of this file here. Then you will have to go to Chrome extension here. Okay, and you will have to activate the developer mode. Okay, check this box and to load your package, so the zip file previously unzipped. Okay, so I will look for it actually, and this is a Betaflight configurator. Just select the root folder on it and click OK. Then it will activate it, so it means that now when you will go to the application, you will have a new Betaflight. You can run it and check that is correctly the 3.1.1. So the trick to save your machine, okay, will be to plug your micro USB to the Q90C, of course. Okay, so it's what I will do, and very quick also turn on the radio. Okay, and if everything is okay, you will connect to the machine, and then you will have to press reset. Okay, so press it, then you will have to go to another panel. Okay, let's say this one, configurator, and press save and reboot here. So as soon as you reset the default setting, you will lose your bind and your transmitter will vibrate. So you will have to rebind your machine. How to proceed? Okay, it's super easy. So you will have to disconnect the USB and turn off the radio. Okay, and then reconnect the USB. Okay, and then quick press the bind button on the transmitter while turning your radio. Okay, so let's do it. I'm plugging the USB to power the Q90, and now turn on the radio, and after a couple of seconds you will see that the fast red flash on your quadcopter will turn to slow. It means that it's bound. Now we can press connect, and on the receiver we should see that we have the stick movement. So now if everything is okay, you will be able to disconnect, and you can see that now your Q90 is working perfectly as the default setting. So I will turn on the micro SD connector, turn on the radio. Okay, and I will try to arm, and you will see that the motor will spin normally without any problem. Okay, so it's a way to save your machine. So to resume, don't change any settings in Betafly. You will block your machine, and you will need to do this trick with Betafly configuration 3.1.1 to reset the factory setting from this current version. It's definitively confirmed that you cannot apply any dump or version settings, whatever the Betafly configurator versions. Okay, so now it's time to return in the field and to check how is this machine flying. So I will resume the flight. Now this time should be okay. After this misadventure, I will turn on the Q90C, turn on the radio fast, okay, because after 6 seconds there is an auto binding procedure. Okay, so it should be okay. I will now turn on my goggles, okay, as well as the DVR, beep, plug the, yes, should have an image, yes, fantastic. The 1000 TBL recording now, that's great. So it should be okay. I will start in beginner rate, so I will arm, push the machine like this, and voila, that's great. So look, that's the relatively good power lift for brush bowlers. Okay, so that's pretty good. So let's play. This is a normal rate, super stable machine, not so bad. Okay, and let's check the second speed mode. Yes, faster. So I'm in angle mode, okay, with 6-axis stabilize. So really like it. And let's check now. 3 beeps. The full rate is working fine. Yes, it's fast. Yeah, the yaw rate is proportional to the speed mode. It's fast. Wow. Oh, come on here. It's super fast. Look at that. So definitively you would require to fix the lens orientation to enjoy this super speed. Okay, now let's go in FPV. Okay, so after this last scratch on macadam, props broke, and well, it was my last well, clockwise props. So what to conclude? Well, it's a very nice machine. I'm impressed by the FPV quality of the CMOS 1000 TVL camera, and it's super gel free. It's relatively fast. Something strange, and I was not able to perform any full flips or rolls, so I don't know. I had some limitation, and when I put the full command to flip anywhere, but it sounds is not a limitation of the maximum angle authorized. So maybe by applying the reset factory settings, there is a limitation of the max angle. I'm not completely sure. So I cannot conclude that it is not possible to flip the knob. I think it should be. So well, after this nightmare in terms of configuration with beta flight, and start to enjoy. Luckily, I've got many apps and props, and some are colored, so I will be able to install some more red one on front and black on rear. So well, Eachine, please, when you lock the system, check that it's not possible for new babies to unlock in 1 10 seconds this machine, okay, because it can be a nightmare for beginners. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope these advices to not change any settings will be useful for beginners. See you next time on the next video. Bye bye.